the Academy Registrar, the Academy Librarian, deans, heads of centers, heads of departments and directors, distinguished professors, our royal father, the district head of Kankia, Alhaji Musa Hassan Sada, chief instructors, the academy adjutant, senior officers both serving and retired, senior academic and non-academic staff of Nigerian Defense Academy, family members of the inaugural lecturer, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Hawa Mary Aigoje, an associate professor of clinical psychology in the Department of Psychology, Nigerian Defense Academy. And today, the 16th of February, 2026, I'm most honored to serve as your compere for today's occasion. I'm delighted to welcome you all to the J.N. Garba Hall, the venue of the 23rd inaugural lecture of this prestigious institution. Today, we gather together to celebrate a significant academic milestone, the inaugural lecture of a distinguished scholar. This revered tradition marks a pivotal moment in academic inauguration, showcasing the professor's expertise and specialization in a comprehensive lecture. It is an occasion for the professor to share his research pursuits and highlight his contributions to knowledge, upholding the cherished customs of academia. Today's event is set to be impactful and thought-provoking, with our inaugural professor in person of Colonel Professor A.S. Imam, an expert in mechatronics and robotics, and a very senior officer sharing his insights and highlighting his contributions in his lecture titled Robotics in the Front Lines: Implications for the Armed Forces of Nigeria. I therefore urge you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to sit back and absorb the valuable insights today's lecture promises. May I, at this point, respectfully request the acting academic provost to invite the chief host of this all-important event, the Commandant, Nigerian Defense Academy, Major General O.T. Olatoye, to deliver his welcome address. Sorry.
The special guest of honor, Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, Chairman, Board of Trustees, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Niger State, ably represented by Professor Yaya Kuta, the Pro-Chancellor, Abdulkadir Kure University, Niger State, the member representing Kankia, Kusada, and Ingawa Federal Constituency, Honorable Abubakar Yahaya, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General W. Shaibu, Nigerian Army Medal, ably represented by Brigadier General R.K. Adeoye, the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal S.K. Aneke, Distinguished Flying Star, ably represented by Air Vice Marshal E.P. Efar, the Air Officer Commanding Air Training Command, the former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, retired, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, ably represented by Colonel H.I. Zaria, retired, the former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, retired, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, Honorable Member, Katsina State House of Assembly, the representative of the Commandant Air Force Institute of Technology, the Deputy Commandant Nigerian Defense Academy, the Acting Academy Provost, our host, the inaugural lecturer, Colonel Professor A.S. Imam, Vice Chancellors here present, representatives of former Commandants Nigerian Defense Academy, the representative of the coordinator Nigerian Defense Academy Officers' Wives Association, and of course, our entourage, chief instructors, the academy adjutants, senior officers, both serving and retired, senior academic and non-academic staff of the Nigerian Defense Academy, family members of the inaugural lecturer, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to warmly welcome you all to the 23rd Professorial Inaugural Lecture of the Nigerian Defense Academy. I am particularly delighted to respectfully welcome our special guest of honor, Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, Chairman, Tertiary Education Trust Fund Board of Trustees. Sir, your presence at this distinguished occasion is a strong affirmation of your commitment to the advancement of knowledge, which is a cornerstone of national development. We are sincerely grateful that you have graciously honored our invitation despite the many responsibilities associated with your esteemed office. The Professorial Inaugural Lecture Series occupy a place of honor within our academic tradition. It is a platform through which professors publicly articulate the substance, scope, and significance of their scholarly contributions. It offers the academic community and the wider public an opportunity to engage with cutting-edge research and to appreciate the intellectual leadership that resides within the Nigerian Defense Academy. Thus, this academic culture, which the Nigerian Defense Academy has imbibed, aligns with my leadership philosophy, which, amongst others, is, and I quote, develop scholars of character and competence capable of contributing effectively to Nigeria's security in joint, multi-domain, and knowledge-driven environments, end of quote. More importantly, it reinforces the academy's mandate as a military and degree awarding institution committed to rigorous research, teaching, and community service. The topic of today's inaugural lecture, which is, and I quote, robotics in the front lines, implication for the armed forces of Nigeria, end of quote, speaks directly to the transformation of the armed forces of Nigeria and warfare in the 21st century. Across the globe, armed forces are confronting increasingly complex and multidimensional threats. Improve situational awareness and increase operational efficiency. It also raises critical questions relating to doctrine, training, ethics, command responsibility, and civil-military relations. These are issues that demand careful reflection and robust academic discourse. Colonel Professor A.S. Imam stands at the forefront of this important field. As a distinguished senior officer and an accomplished scholar in mechatronics and robotics, he embodies the synergy between military professionalism and academic excellence that the Nigerian Defense Academy seeks to cultivate. His career reflects sustained dedication to research, teaching, and innovation, as well as commitment to applying scientific knowledge to the advancement of national defense capabilities. His work contributes not only